to my slides in honor of St. Patrick and Patrick's Day. And really, I put this in our email. There's a great video, about an hour, about St. Patrick. But St. Patrick is actually a fantastic example to us. And his story, very briefly, was that he was kidnapped, brought to Ireland as a slave, worked for 6 years in this remote place as a shepherd. And though he had some religious background, he rejected all that, but after much time, maybe 6 years, in this horrific place, cold and damp and whatever, taking care of sheep, he comes to a realization that he needs God, he needs Jesus. And he needs Jesus for the payment for his sins, so to speak. And so he has this conversion experience, and then here's God saying to him, leave this place. And so he leaves Ireland, and he goes back to Britain, and he's for some time, I believe, in France, and ultimately he studies theology, and he's becomes a priest, and he's away from Ireland for 20 years. 20 years. The Irish people at that time were horrific. Human sacrifices, all kinds of horrific things happened. But he remembered those people, and he had a love for those people, somehow. And he was moved by God to return after 20 years. And so he does. He goes back to Ireland. The threat of death, moved, impassioned by the same passion that Jesus had. And there he goes to tell people about Jesus. And lo and behold, by the end of his years, he has baptized 120,000 people. 120,000. He's planted 300 churches. And those churches and people, over time, after the fall of the Roman Empire, go to the European continent and re-evangelize everything, because the barbarians came through and just wiped out everything after the fall of the Roman Empire. And so Ireland now becomes the mission station for the rest of Europe. And not only that, but they protect all these documents, biblical documents, many practices. Without St. Patrick and Ireland, we don't know what would have survived on the European continent. All of that because one man was gripped by God and allowed God to work through him. It takes only one for God to do some great things. And I wonder what God still wants to do through you, through me, through us. I want to end with a prayer. It's called the Prayer of St. Patrick, and actually you can find a zillion different versions of this. This is the one I'm going to say for us now. It's a little shorter. So let us encourage you to bow your heads and close your eyes. May the strength of God guide us. May the power of God preserve us. May the wisdom of God instruct us. May the hand of God protect us. May the way of God direct us. May the shield of God defend us. May the angels of God guard us against the snares of the evil one, against the temptations of the world. May Christ be with us. May Christ be before us. May Christ be in us. May Christ be over all. May thy grace, Lord, always be ours this day and evermore. Amen.
Amen.